This is parkour, a form of urban acrobatics where performers, called traceurs, use the environment around them to execute fluid movements through spaces and structures, with emphasis on speed, strength, and freedom of movement.
Parkour is a French discipline which basically involves using the human body to propel yourself through your environment. You know, running, jumping, climbing, training themselves to get from A to B as quick, as fast, and as safely as they can.
Meet Adrian Gonzalez, professional traceur and freerunner. While a traceur practices parkour, Adrian's style has evolved into an art known as freerunning.
In freerunning, you're not so much concerned with getting from A to B as quick as you can, but rather to use your environment to express yourself and challenge your body and see what you're capable of.
Adrian first discovered freerunning on the internet while living in Colorado.
Most of my life, I've done a lot of martial arts and combative training. So for me, this was really intriguing because here were guys, not using any equipment or any facility, but rather just their human bodies to train, in their everyday environment.
In 2006, Adrian moved to Miami and established the Miami FreeRunners, South Florida's premier parkour and freerunning team. He began training at Octaviano's gym in Doral, and as word spread, traceurs and freerunners converged on the studio, and the local movement was born.
And I met Adrian there one day, and he was doing his parkour and freerunning training, and I saw it and I fell in love. I mean, it's an extension of gymnastics, it's just taking acrobatics outside, so I mean, it was an instant hit for me.
Word of mouth just kind of got out that, that I was here and that I was doing this. Freerunners and traceurs tend to seek each other out, to train with each other and to get better.
And I got in contact with them and we met up one day and we just started, moving around, doing different techniques, learning about each other's movements and stuff like that, and since then we've become a solid group.
This solid group has since grown into a recognized force in the national parkour and freerunning scene. Adrian and his teammates have brought their moves to parades, festivals, and even hit TV shows like Burn Notice and CSI Miami.
There was this episode on Burn Notice that I had to be a spy and I had to climb up 4 stories, scaling the walls, and a lot of the techniques involved in that came from freerunning.
We do a lot of training for law enforcement and when we can, military personnel, basically helping them to be more agile and live in their pursuit techniques.
Good. Slamming out. Now look, your feet are in a better position. Left foot's forward, but you're smacking the mat.
We've done a lot of like career day type things where we teach kids about parkour and how could they get involved. And it's a good way of giving back to the community. Maybe they don't have a basketball hoop or they don't have money for a football, but they can go outside and practice positions, and it's something that gives them an escape from their everyday life.
While many of the moves seem dangerous, Adrian and his teammates insist that they never try anything till it has been perfected in a safe environment after countless repetitions and adjustments.
Things that we do that tend to be a little bit more dangerous, we only undertake with the full confidence that we can execute it, which is brought about by small-scale variations of the same movement, the same cat leap, the same precision jump, swinging from one ledge to another or something like that.
Anything you're going to see online is going to be the person's best stuff. They're not going to put them bailing a trick 10 times. You're going to see the finishing touch.
Bring it to the gym first. Practice it at the gym, work on it, mold it. When you have it perfect at the gym, take it outside, work with it, see how you feel, have somebody spot you.
But to the freerunners, it's not just about perfecting jumps and flips. It's also about the connection the runners feel, the art of training, and pushing themselves to the limits of their physical and mental potential.
For us, it's really more of a lifestyle because while we practice our skill and hone our craft day in and day out, many of us in our daily lives find opportunities to move, to see the world differently from other people. It's almost like we're just living our lives and this is how we choose to live it. When we're moving and practicing our craft, we're in the moment, we're not dealing with the stresses of life. So it becomes an outlet to grow as an individual, as an athlete, to deal with the obstacles and stresses that life presents. When determining how you're going to train and getting over that fear box, as we call it, the mental blocks associated with what we do, a lot of us have been from an early age raised to restrict ourselves. Parents always tell their kids, don't run, don't jump, don't climb for fear that they're going to get hurt. So when you condition yourself to think that way, you almost foster the mindset that your body's going to fail you somehow.
Whenever you break that fear box, You're always building a higher level of confidence and self-esteem and self-awareness.
Believing that you can actually do something has such a huge effect on what you can actually physically do.
In free running, there is no first or second place, no medals or trophies, no finish lines. A free runner's only competition is himself. For those who seek to push the limit of their training, there is only opportunity.
Without a doubt, parkour and free running in my life have been, huge blessings. It's my career now, and I'm so passionate about what I do that I don't see myself, being involved in anything else.
I can't picture myself being in an office or working something else or just taking out like other sports. It's not the same to me.
Man, if I can still walk and if I can still jump, I'm still gonna be doing parkour.
The preceding program was a production of WLRN Public Television.